of 1:250,000 and covered significantly on the 1:50,000 scale. But what do we do with all of this data, and what does it mean to you for your investment and progress? This is a mineral map produced by the Geology, Physics, and Geochemistry, in fact. So what it does is that it defines key characteristics that control the formation and the extent of mineral systems. So this area, for example, was mapped by the CGS, the Geological Survey at the time, in 1953. And it's located in Lipalale, Tabazimbi area. And the mineral potential there was iron, phosphates, and rare earth elements. So 2 years later, in 1956, Goldfields came in. They did a bit of scratching around and mined. But most recently, again now in 2012, Galileo Resources is prospecting for phosphates and rare earth elements. We heard from Fosco that those become then more relevant. So it's culminating into a resource that they've calculated about 28 million tons of phosphates and rare earth bearing rock. So where did it all start? It started with a mineral map. We've got geochemistry maps that are produced from analyzing our geochemical soil samples. And what those tell us in this specific one, this is an area just south of Limpopo, and it indicates iron occurrences. So from the geochemical maps, you can already limit the area of interest if you're exploring to that lineament that is highlighted in yellow and orange on the map, and that limits the space that you are exploring and that you are targeting. This is the same map and the same concept, but for platinum. And I think what I want to highlight is that you don't necessarily need to be a geologist for you to understand our maps. So the legends of it and the presentation of it allows you to be able to make preliminary determinations to say, am I interested or am I not? The integration of various geoscience data sets, again, produces various reports for a number of commodities in the province. Shown here is the iron, titanium, and vanadium potential in magnetite pipes of the Eastern Bushveld. So you would get the map and the map explanation. Limpopo is blessed with greenstone belts. Commonly, these host minerals like gold, silver, copper, zinc, lead. The list continues. The Murchison Greenstone Belt, which is about 80 kilometers from the Guyana Greenstone Belt, has recorded occurrences of antimony, and this is on the critical minerals list of various countries. The main point for this slide is to indicate the importance of time and interruptions. So minerals like graphite are finding a second life where they are becoming more relevant than they may have been before. You'd be surprised at the growth of exploration and mining investment in Tanzania for graphite projects. So why not South Africa and why not Limpopo? Because there it is. You'll see with the graphite-looking gray dots that there is graphite deposits mainly controlled by the Barberton Group in the Limpopo area. So that's a whole lot of science. What does it mean for you? The program director yesterday said that we have one job on this podium, to demonstrate that the province is worthy of investment, it's worth the risk, and we must then present ways to demonstrate how you can mitigate the risk and minimize it. The main risk to exploration projects is uncertainty. You don't know what you don't know. And the main barrier to getting certainty is the capital that is needed to move from a low certainty to a high certainty. So you need to design an exploration program, you need to drill boreholes, you need to collect samples, you need to interpret all of that data that you've collected and build some level of feasibility. So the CGS is mandated by the Geoscience Act to participate in mineral exploration in partnership with the private sector to de-risk exploration. We use our available data, similar to everything that I've presented, We acquire additional data where needed, depending on the type of our partnership. And what this does is that it shortens the time that you will spend on exploration, and it also limits the capital that you would spend, because we already have the data, we already have the expertise, and therefore your investment is de-risked and you are able to complete your exploration project in a shorter time with less investment. It's already been touched on the advantage of the province's location, in that it's in its close proximity to the Mozambican port. So what this means is that even smaller deposits or deposits with a lower grade become more economical, because you've got a saving compared to people who are more, compared to resources which are more inland. What information is available? We've got digital maps, PDF maps, we've got map explanations, and 90% of this data is free of charge. Where you do pay, it would be an administration fee, just maybe for the laying out of a borehole that you want to see, but 90% of all of our data is free. It can be sent to you via email. We have a data portal where, as I said, I can prove that the geoscience information is not misplaced. It is all lying in our data portal. We have 3,700 registered users, of which the biggest industries, if you check the bottom three, are in the mining and engineering space, which means that our data is relevant to the economic growers of our nation. They're downloading mainly geological maps, followed by mineral resource maps and geophysics maps. And again, this is a demonstration of the fact that the information that we are producing is relevant to our stakeholders in the industry to progress their project and be able to take it further. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The minerals are here in Limpopo. The CGS can provide you with the available geoscientific data that you need. We can partner with you in developing your exploration project. We provide the technical support that is required. All you need to do is register on the portal. You will see all the available data, and then you can direct yourself to whatever your commodity of interest is, and we will be able to provide you with whatever information that you need. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Spelele. We apologize that we misplaced you. You are the geoscientist, we are not. So we misplaced things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to say let's take a tea break. But because somebody in the crowd said something nasty about teachers, you know, you're not getting a break. That will teach you not to talk ill of Menir and Mem. So, we have the next panel. Dr. Siyabonga Smai is going to bring his panel to the stage. He will be talking about building a mining inputs manufacturing hub in Fetaho Mutubas. The beauty of this panel is that they are coming from an existent project. It's not a plan, it's something that's in place. That just makes me feel better, you know, when I'm talking about something that's there. Because, you know, Premier, we did school when we still had to memorize tenses. Like, I am here, that's simple present tense. I was here, simple past tense. I will be here, simple future tense. But now some people will say, I will be having breakfast. Future continuous. You see now it pushes it away and away. Now in South Africa we like to talk about how do we begin to deal with this whole issue. And I'm thinking, that's future imperfect tense. Like the panel will be here, simple future, but how do we begin to create a conducive environment so that the panel can find a dispensation that makes it conducive for them to create conditions that are, then you know this guy is fluffing. He's got no plan, he's got no intention. Chances are he's got no clue. So Ramathuba is a real project. It's not a concept of how do we begin to have this conversation about special economic zones. Ensure that we take our people